I'm excited for this. Guess what day it is? It's new pen day. I saw this, cult pens, and I thought, yeah, let's do it. Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Katie and this is a fountain pen awakening. And as you can see, this little baby arrived today. Now this is another case of Black Friday made me do it. I was looking on cult pens. They had, I think it was 10% discount. I mean, not a fantastic amount, but I was just browsing casually through the Nahvalur section and I have never seen this pen before. And I fell in love with the color of it, and I have a few Nahvalurs in my collection. I am absolutely enjoying these pens. I love them. They write super well, and as I've said several times before, this is my first Nahvalur. This is the Skullkill Cronus Teal. I've put a fine nib on here. I did buy it originally with a stub nib, but that was a bit of a gusher. And to me, this pen is just, I don't know, I love the way it writes. It just feels so good in my hand, and the nib that I've got on the fine is fantastic. And then the second Nahvalur that I bought was this one here, which is the Horizon, and this is the Twilight. Again, this is a size 6 nib, a fine nib. I don't know if you can see that, but I just love the detail on it. I love the fact that it's kind of like a black nib with a special coating on it. I love, especially, I hope this doesn't roll. I just like the hardware on it. I love hardware on a pen, and this is a little bit different from usual. Yes, I have a bit of a love affair with Nahvalur so far, and these pen sleeves are thanks to Galen Leather. And in my excitement in my last video, I didn't do a pen comparison for my new pen. This is the Galen X. It's from the studio Agagakan from Turkey. They're a collab, and I just realized that this blank here, it's also the blank that the Leonardo has on one of the Supernovas or something. And so the only difference is they've got all the Leonardo hardware on it. And I kind of knew when I saw this pen that I was attracted to it for some reason. I'd seen it somewhere, and that's where I'd seen it. So this is a Jonathan Brooks blank. The maker of this is Aga Khakan Studios in Istanbul. Like Galen Leather flogs it for them, so it's called the Galen X V1 Bohemian Twilight. And I'll just show you a quick comparison before we do that opening, because in all my excitement I didn't. So it's very comparable to Alami Vista. Sorry, it's all rolling downhill. A Twisby Diamond. Twisby Diamond is a little bit longer, so I would say, yeah, Lamy. Comparable to Alami. It's got a size 6 nib on it. I had the flex nib on here, but I've actually put my medium cursive on there, italic cursive. Yes, I would say smack bang, same length as a Twisby, but as you can see, the girth of the grip here is quite good, quite thick. I like that. It's comfy, and these threads here, you can't even feel them. So yes, in all my excitement, last video I didn't do the comparison for you. I'm so sorry about that. Forgot. So, and then there you go, a little Kaveco situation happening, and my little cute paper clip with a smiley face. From Cult Pens, they always send you one of these. So that was the pen sleeve that Galen Leather sent me for this one, which I think is super cute. And let's unbox this little beauty here. Oh, so cute. Have we got the model of this? So this is called the Nahvalur Original Plus, and it's the Lavender Tetra, and it's a fine. And the reason why I love this pen is because the hardware is all mauve as well. Isn't it gorgeous? I don't know if we can see that, but It's got all these purple or mauve swirls all across the body. It's kind of like fume, and I'd seen it on a couple of pen bibs or pen, I can't remember what they're called, but I saw these bodies, these smoky bodies on Desk Bandit in some of these pens that I can't think of the name. I will link the name below, and I really loved them, but they'd all been sold out. And I had no idea that Nahvalur did these kind of pens. So when I saw it, I thought, oh my goodness me, I really, really love it. And I love the fact that it's got like the mauve nib that matches kind of the little band here. And the finial's got the mauve on it too, the clip and the band here as well. And if you want to see how that looks, don't you dare roll on the ground. See what I mean? It's all swirly swirly. So it's kind of like a demonstrator pen, but it's got these purple swirlies on it. It looks to be a vacuum filler. Oh, right, didn't realize that. Cool bananas. Yeah, I love it. And it wasn't that expensive either. So it ended up being like $100 Australian with shipping. With the 10% off, it was kind of sort of like 90 something dollars. I got 10% off, and then unfortunately, because I didn't meet the criteria for free shipping, so practically that 10% off paid for shipping, so to speak. It's a good size. It feels good. Can it be posted? It can, but it makes it long and back heavy. And then let's just make a comparison to my other pen. So yeah, it's longer than a Twisby. Sort of, maybe. Is it longer than a Twisby? Just a tad longer than the Lamy Vista, and yeah, smack bang the same as my Schuylkill, and it kind of looks pretty much the same style as well. This just feels a little bit heavy. Does it feel heavy? Maybe a little bit. Feels a little bit heavier than this one. And how does it feel in my hand when I do this? Let me just also compare. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, this is just a little bit lighter. Yeah, this nib that I've got on here is a Moon Man nib that comes off my Little Fat Man. My Little Fat Man came with a food nib, and it came with this extra fine nib. It's not extra fine, it's an extra nib, which is a fine nib. And just this nib writes amazingly. So this pen combination I love. So I think I have the perfect ink to fill this baby up. Okie dokie, here we go. So I've decided to fill it with Robert Oster's Viola, and I've given that a bit of a rinse out. So hopefully this works out well. I'm not the biggest fan of a vacuum filler, but let's try that out. Just has to kind of immerse it. And that's a big fill. Just immerse the pen and just and when you hear that click, you're kind of done. What do you reckon? Nice purple to go in my purple people eater here. Oh, whoopsie. I didn't get a piece of paper so we can do a writing sample on it. Be right back. Sorry guys if you hear any noises. We've got the pool guys here finishing off their job. Woohoo! I'm gonna have a pool by Christmas. So excited. So I thought I'd do like a sample on both rhodia paper and Tomoe River paper, just so we can see the deliciousness of it. All right, should I bring this camera down? What do you reckon? I'll bring my desk up. Trick. I think I'm going to call this pen the Purple People Eater. So, ooh, nice. Not as smooth as my other one, but I guess it's just because it might be a little bit tight. This is a fine nib. Original plus. Because I know there's the original, but this is the original plus. And this is the Lavender Tetra. And this is a fine nib. Alright, so it's not as nice and flowy, this nib, as my other nib, straight out the box. But as you all know, you just need to have a bit of a play around with it. I kind of sort of tend to do this a bit to get those tines a little bit more flexible. But how perfect is this color? So good. People, I don't think I'll call it that. I just call it lavender. I mean, how gorgeous is that lavender nib? I love it. So this is really good. I mean, I like how it writes, because this ink here is a bit of a wet ink, so it's keeping its line nicely. It's not blurring and blobbing too much, which is super good. Okay, so that's what that looks in my, we call it exercise books here in Australia, but I guess it's just like a notebook. And this is my rhodie paper. So this is, so there you have it, my friends, my brand new pen. This is a Black Friday make me do it moment, because I have said before that I'm trying to be good and not buy a lot of pens, but just pens that sort of grab my eye and that I'm really attracted to and I really have to have in my collection. So yeah, it arrived today. It took longer than usual from Cult Pens, but I just think that's because of all the orders they probably got for Black Friday. So they posted it a little bit late. So it took 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks, with the weekends included, of course. Usually it takes a week for them to ship something to me from the UK. Alrighty, well, thanks everyone for watching, for liking my channel, for subscribing. We've nearly got to 500 subs. It's only been a year and a half. Come on, we can do this, people. We can do this. Yeah? Alright. Thank you, everyone. Have a great one. Ciao, Andy.